guys, what's going on? Daniel here from GuideToVaping, here to bring you yet another review. Holy cow, hit that time again already. If you've ever heard of Wotofo, I don't know. You'll know that they have some rather unique, some rather innovative tanks, some rather innovative designs. Today I'm going to talk to you about a new one that I got to play with just last week. It is called the Conqueror. If you haven't heard of the Conqueror already, it is a rebuildable tank atomizer. Looks kind of like this right here, and it's a postless deck. Designed for 2 coils, and it's awesome. I'm going to pull it apart for you here in the next couple of minutes. You can take a look at the inside of it, you can take a look at the deck, you can look at all the innovations that they put into this tank, and we can generally have a fun time. Now, before we go any further, if you are a brand new vapor who has no idea about Ohm's law, no idea about battery safety, and generally has no idea how to build a coil, this review is not for you. If you know how to build coils, you know about Ohm's law, and you know about battery safety, come on in guys, let's dive down and see what's going on with this. I'll see you down there. Okay, so here it is, the Conqueror from Wotofo. A nice postless RTA. I'm going to start by looking at the outside of the box. As you can see there, it's nice and simple on the front. It says Conqueror, nice imagery there. On the side, we have a scratch and sniff box and a QR code so you can jump onto their website. On the back, we have a nice health warning that says if used with e-liquid, you're actually using this and turning it into a device that's been known to cause cancer in California. Imagine that. On the side you have the barcode. On top of that it says, right there, it says Conqueror SS. On the end of the box it says Wotofo SS right there. Same on the other side. I'm going to pop this thing open now, see what's going on the inside of it. Right, on the inside we have an instruction manual that we'll get to in a second, and a little tiny t-shirt. As you can see, it says Wotofo on one side. On the other side it says they're doing a giveaway. I'll take a look at that in a minute and maybe get on to getting involved. Now, the instruction manual itself here is extremely simple. All it is basically showing you how to take the tank apart, install new coils in this, basically everything you need to know about installing coils in this tank. And a little one at the bottom end there that says, this tank does contain small parts, keep it away from your children. Alright, so jumping inside the beast. Pull it out of here. Actually, before we get to looking at the beast in detail, we'll get into the rest of the box. There's stuff in the bottom of here that, even though I've been using the tank itself for 2 weeks, I've deliberately not opened these bags just so I can see with you guys exactly what's inside them. Now, inside we have 1, 2, 3 bags that all say comp wire, then the box is empty. I feel like I'm doing a magic trick right now. Move the tank out of the way real fast. Inside one bag, you have 3 coils apparently. For a 2-post deck, you can get 3 coils. Pretty awesome. And they appear to be twisted coils. Should be fun to play with. Inside this bag, I already know what's in here. I can feel it. Some nice Japanese cotton, which we'll be using for building here in a second. I'm actually going to build in this video. And inside this bag, I was told by some good friends, when you open the 3rd bag, be very careful, because this one contains spare grub screws, spare O-rings. Always good to have around. Now, unfortunately, I've got all these things sitting on my desk, and I should really have them in a little Ziploc bag. Okay, so now we're going to get down to the tank itself. First thing you'll notice is the majority of the sleeve is solid metal. It has an insert right here. There's also one at the top of the bag. Engraved into the front, you have the word Conqueror, and they've actually engraved this. This hasn't been laser etched. This has actually been put in there properly. Right, you have a nice removable 510 connector. Now, they said on their website that this does something to do with heat reduction, but looking at it, it's literally just a stainless steel cap, and the pressure fit on this is kind of hard work if you don't get it right first time, which is why I've actually replaced this when I use it now with a different cap altogether. It has removable top cap with an O-ring on the inside. It has top fill juice ports. Now, these come in really handy for juice down on either side, but that there is also connected to the adjustable juice flow ports. Same down in there, there's actually 4 of those. Bottom of the tank, you have 6 large airflow slots on either side. There is an adjustable airflow ring in there. Pop this all the way open. Show you the deck. Right. This actually all comes as a single piece. The threads are all nice on it. You can't take them apart anymore though. The chimney and this up here is all interconnected. For some reason my hands are really greasy right now, so is this tank, which is why I'm having such a hard time gripping a hold of the freaking thing. As you can see, the whole thing turns. Alright, so we'll move this out of the way because, yeah, that's actually my pet peeve on the tank. You can't get a decent grip on that right there. Alright, so here we have the base of the tank. Right, you'll notice here we have 6 air holes on one side, same repeated on the other. Close them all the way out. Open them all the way up. It's easy when it's put together, but I figured I'd show you while I've got it apart right now. You'll see that there's an O-ring here. You got threads here, threads here. Everything's got a job on this thing. Turn it over on the bottom, you'll see that it says Conqueror, Wotofo right there, tells you don't throw this in the trash, and you will notice that there is a gold-plated, removable 510 positive pin. Alright, you'll notice this thing actually looks a little bit longer than most of the 510s that have been coming out here recently. And this gold pin is actually protruding quite far. Still wouldn't advise using it with a hybrid. But that's just me. Down here then you'll notice that we have 2 holes on one side, 2 holes on the other, right here and right here. And you also have 4 slots in the thread and up at the top, which are going to act as your juice channels. Looking inside the deck, we have 4 holes. You have 2 down at the bottom, which are negative, 2 up at the top, which are your positive, and then the round holes that are right there are your airflow channels. So the airflow comes in through the rings, up through the holes, onto the coils. You can put 2 coils in this thing, or you can just put 1 in there. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to put 2 in right now, and I'm actually going to use the competition wires that Wotofo would kind enough to send us. So I just put the 521 tab from Codemaster to make this next part a little bit easier. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Allen wrench that I've got here, just make sure that the lug nuts are all pulled out far enough I can actually work with this here, and don't pull them out too far because that will end in disaster. All it takes is it coming out just a little bit too far and you're done. Alright, so the coils that they sent us are 2.5mm coils, and you'll notice that these legs are really long. Don't get into the horrible idea when you start off of chopping these legs down as close as you can get, because you need to make sure that you have enough clearance that they're not going to touch the airflow down there. So what I like to do is do a dry install, and you'll be able to see exactly how much leg you'll need to have at the top. I'm going to cut it off a little bit over where I think I'm going to need it, because I can always take a little bit off, but I can't add any back on afterwards. And that's hilarious because that's going to work perfectly. So I'm just going to measure this one off the other one real fast, and then we can install them both. So this really fast. And also do as well is put a connector in there real fast. Make sure it's lifted up off the deck. Give it a twist down. Twist the coil around as well. See why I love using the 521 now, because I can actually turn it around while I'm working on it. There's that. Now I can repeat the other side. As you can see, that just pops out at like a 0.16. This is why I tell you, if you're a new vapor, you probably shouldn't be messing with this thing straight out the box. But that's kind of low. So I'm just pinching and pulsing real fast, just to see how this goes. It's hitting it around a 0.17 there, so I don't know if my device is going to fire these things, but we'll find out. It should do. This is why I said, if you're a new vapor, you probably shouldn't be using these pre-made coils that they sent with the pack. Okay, so it just took me a second or two to get things firing it as evenly as I'd want. It's okay. Just now it's the fun part, it's wicking time. Right, all done. Got a couple of pieces of cotton. We don't want these too thick that they won't go through. We don't want them too loose that they're not going to touch the sides. Most of this is going to be gone anyway. There's one down. There's the other one down. I want to fluff these out real good. And I'm actually going to cut these off level with the inner edge of the deck. Sorry, the outer edge of the deck. I'll learn to speak here in a second. I'm actually just putting my scissors level underneath there, just pulling it out a little bit. Done. A pair of nice little bow ties. What we're going to do, pop this in, make sure that it isn't sticking through the juice hole or blocking up the airflow hole. You just want to make sure that the juice can still get in there. And if you feel like you got a little bit too much in there, you can always just fluff a little bit out. All you need to do, take a little bit of juice, make sure these coils are painted before you put it back together, and that way you can do any last minute adjustments that you need to do on the coils themselves. Yeah, that's definitely going to work. Yeah. Right, so we've got our coils in place, wicks in place, they're already wet. What we're going to do is concentrate on putting this thing back together now. So I've already got the top cap off, as you can see. Adjust it back to being in one piece. Now, according to Wotofo, what we're supposed to do is adjust the juice flow control until it is all the way closed. As you can see there right now, the juice flow is all the way shut. Take you some juice. And even though this is high VG, it's just flowing right down in there. Nice and easy. That's now got a full tank. So what I'll do is I'll put the top cap back in place. At which point, according to the manufacturer, we can now concentrate on unlocking the juice channels without unlocking the entire device. And as you can see now, those juice channels are open. Hopefully without any leaks. Alright guys, I'm going to put this on a device and we can do a little bit more talking about it, and we'll see how she vapes. See you back up top. And welcome back guys. We've taken the journey together now. You've seen the postless deck, you've seen how well it's put together, you've seen the coils that Wotofo provide us with, and they call the competition wire, which I'm actually kind of enjoying right now. You've seen how easy the deck is to build on, and you've seen all the good points of this tank. As you may have seen in the video, there are a couple of points that I'd like to make, and hopefully Wotofo will take care of them in the future. This little ring right here that's designed to adjust the juice channels could really do with having the same knurling around it as the top cap has. All you gotta do is take this rough edge right here and bring it down a little bit. It'd make life so much easier. As you can see already, by the way, as well guys, I've changed out the standard drip tip and I've put the TFV4 regular tip in that has the adjustable airflow built into it as well. I like my vapes big and airy. And not exactly super hot. So what we're going to do now is we're going to adjust the airflow down, because I'm going to prove a couple of points to you here. Right, I'm going to turn this airflow down to a single hole. I'm going to take my TFV4 drip tip out, reinsert the original drip tip that came with it. And actually guys, I believe I may have been wrong when I said that this was just a standard steel drip tip. It appears that the inside has been beveled out and most of the material's been removed from in there. I hadn't noticed that before. So it may work as a slight heat sink. I've just turned the airflow down. I've just put the standard cap back on it. I'm going to turn this down to 26 watts. 26.4 watts is what we just put this on. And I'm going to mouth to lung hit it, because I know there's a couple of reviewers out there that have said that mouth to lung hits on this device are still kind of airy. Seems pretty decent. Doesn't seem bad at all. I mean, it's been 3 years since I smoked a cigarette, and I really don't believe I took a drag on it that long and that hard. It's not bad at all. I'm going to crank this back up now, again, to where I was at. I mean, this thing's got a set of 0.19 coils in there. So I don't want it too hot. 80 watts is probably going to be good. I'm changing this back out. Opening the airflow back up. Opening all the airflow back up. Make sure that my other drip tip has got its airflow wide open as well, because this may get hot. Now for an RTA, you saw the size of the hit I just took on that thing. That wasn't even dry. It almost got dry at the end, but not quite. So I'm going to open these juice flow channels back up again. Make sure that they are all the way open. That wasn't a dry hit there either. But I want to make sure that those juice flow channels are all the way open now. that got a little bit hot on the inside of the mouth that time. So all in all, it is a good tank. I recommend it. If I lost it tomorrow, would I go out and buy a new one? Possibly. Would I recommend it for a new vapor? As I said at the start of the video, if you don't know Ohm's law and you don't know about battery safety, it's probably not the best idea for you. But after you learn about Ohm's law and battery safety and everything else that you need to know as a vapor, it's a rock solid tank. I mean, before I actually started shooting today, I've been using this thing non-stop for a week. I've also been using it on the Vaptio, which is something else I'm going to be doing a review on later this week. It's one of two tanks that I've been using this week, and it's been very pleasurable. It's made me put away my drippers, which I normally don't do. And it's made me cut down my juice intake by about half. I believe here shortly I'm going to try and put a notch coil in this thing just to see how it reacts, and that's something I'm excited for. Hey guys, before you go, I just want to let you know in the next couple of days I'm going to be doing an actual review for this box right here. It is the Vaptio Ascension S150. It goes up to 150 watts. From what I've seen of it so far, it is a solid device. I'll tell you about that in a couple of days. Before you go today, can I ask you a couple of favors? Firstly, if you haven't already done so, can you like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel? Because why don't you guys jump over to the website, which is www.GuideToVaping.com, and read some of the articles that we write daily. We write about vaping news, advocacy news, anything that's going on in the industry. I make sure that I write about it daily. Blake does the same thing. We really appreciate you guys, and we love the fact that you're sitting here watching us right now. We will talk to you soon.